Hello, my name is Heather and I'm gonna be talking about my quarantine favorites. If you live in the Philippines, you probably know that we've already spent a third of our year in quarantine. Work from home is still a thing for me and other people, and online school has begun in some colleges as if it's the most effective solution there is. Our current events are extremely stressful, so I am here to deliver things that you can watch, listen to, and read to suit your anxiety. I'm gonna be talking about movies, TV shows, books, podcasts, and other stuff that might be of service to you when you don't know what to do with your time. So yeah, let's jump right into it. On a topic of books, I've only read 3 books the entire quarantine. I am a very slow reader. I prefer having a physical book instead of using my phone to read. But yes, I'll still recommend you some reads. I know that it's gonna be a bit underwhelming because I'm only gonna recommend 2 books, but yes, I really enjoy these books. First, we have Twisted Travels, Rambles from Central Europe by Jessica Zafra. If you're itching to travel to Europe, this is the perfect book for you. It doesn't talk about the top 10 best tourist spots in Europe, but it focuses on the weird but memorable experience of the author while she was traveling in the continent. And since we won't be able to travel for a while given the present circumstances, through this book it feels like I already went to Poland, Germany, Italy. Okay, the second book is one of my favorite books ever. I read it during quarantine and it has really helped me. So this is Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. It has really helped me shape my mindset, especially in tough times. So Viktor Frankl is a psychologist who is also a Holocaust survivor. So in this book, he talks about his experiences in the concentration camp and how he was able to find meaning through his suffering. So in this book, he talked about how we are forced to adapt to situations when we can no longer change them. So there's that. And my favorite quote from this book is, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom." So yeah, if you want to work on regulating your emotions, this is the perfect book for you. Okay, on the topic of movies, films. So Your Name, or Kimi no Nawa, is a really beautiful film that tackles the red thread of fate in Japanese or Chinese folk myth. Basically, it's this thread that's tied around the fingers of soulmates who are destined to meet each other regardless of place or time. In this movie, it's about Mitsuha, a high school girl from the town of Itomori, who is switching bodies with Taki, a high school boy from Tokyo. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's so good. I would really recommend it. Even if you don't like anime, this is something that you probably will enjoy. You know, this movie is just so... it's a very chef's kiss, you know? I swear. I want to watch it again. It's so good. Little Women. A movie you should watch if you support women's rights. The setting for this movie is in the 19th century. It's about Jo March and her 3 sisters who want to live their lives in their own terms. Also, the casting for this. Oh my god, we have Saoirse Ronan, we have Emma Watson, we have Florence Pugh. And can we talk about Laurie? Everybody say thank you, Timothée Chalamet. So here's one of my favorite quotes from Jo March.
Just feel like women.
I've never been so moved by a quote. I've never felt so represented in my entire life. Just kidding, here's the entire quote.
They have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts, and they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman is fit for. I'm so sick of it. But I'm so lonely.
When Jo March said women, I felt that. 8th grade. This is an A24 movie. Sorry. Film. It's about Kayla, who is a middle schooler who struggles with anxiety and tries her best to fit in social situations. In the movie, she posts vlogs on YouTube about motivating quotes that she is projecting onto her viewers. It's a bit cringy and there are moments where you get a lot of secondhand embarrassment, but that is totally part of the 8th grade experience. So yes, if you want to watch this, it's a really good movie. Yes. Okay, so I haven't really gotten into stand-up until recently. My boyfriend recommended a bunch of stand-up comedians, and not gonna lie, I really enjoyed it. So Daniel Sloss has a Netflix special called Daniel Sloss Live Shows. So he talks about taboo topics that are incredibly funny and disturbing. But yes, that's part of his dark humor. He has 2 shows on Netflix. My favorite is Jigsaw. He talks about his dead sister, Catholicism, and a bunch of things that you might find disturbing, but in a funny way. Of course, I will never forget John Mulaney. If you haven't gotten into John Mulaney's stuff yet, I'd highly recommend The Comeback Kid, which is on Netflix. John Mulaney is like a human golden retriever. He talks a lot about his funny childhood memories, and he has this whole 50s announcer approach when he delivers his jokes. Here we go, this is my favorite part, TV shows. Of course, I will recommend Fleabag. If you loved Parks and Rec, I feel like you'll also enjoy this series, but it has like a darker humor than Parks and Rec. So the lead actress in Fleabag is actually Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and she's also the person who directed this series. So it's basically about this woman in London who's trying to live a normal life after her best friend killed herself. So yes. Ugh, I love Fleabag so much. If you want to have a good laugh, I really recommend it. I think it has around 7 25-minute episodes per season, and there are only a couple of seasons. Okay, so we have The Politician. Basically, The Politician is about Peyton Hobart, a high school student who knows that he's going to be the president of the United States one day. Throughout the entire series, he goes through a lot of backstabbing, betrayal, scandals, and other petty issues that high schoolers do. In the 2nd season, so as to not spoil y'all, he goes to college and his love for politics carries on. The Politician's episodes feel so short to me because each episode is action-packed and hilarious. If you loved sex education on Netflix, I think you'll also enjoy the show. Okay, so we have one anime that made it to the list, but this is also the only anime I've watched for the first time in 10 years, I think. I'm sorry, I'm not cultured. My boyfriend said that cultured people call this series Bunny Girl Senpai. So yes, I'm just gonna call it that. This anime is in the slice of life genre. It's basically about this whole phenomenon called adolescent syndrome, wherein people start to forget about your existence. And this anime happened to a teenage actress called Mai after she decided to take a hiatus from her busy work life. And so Sakura helps her by coming up with ways to get people to remember her. Is this even a quarantine faves video without Queer Eye? They're now on their 5th season. They released it recently and I just love it so much. So Queer Eye is a reality show with 5 gay guys who are experts on different fields and are known collectively as the Fab Five. We have Anthony, who is a food and wine expert. Anthony from Queer Eye, if you're watching this, I am free on Thursday. If you would like to step on my neck on Thursday, I would love to have that on Thursday, which is when I am free. And then we have Tan, who is a fashion extraordinaire. Karamo, who tackles culture and lifestyle. Bobby, who is an interior design expert. And Jonathan, who is in charge of grooming. Basically, they help people snap out of a funk by revamping their look and lifestyle. Now on the topic of K-dramas. So we have Crash Landing on You. This was the first K-drama I've ever watched in my young adult years, and because of this series, I started binging K-dramas. It's about Seri, who's a rich female CEO and is from a powerful family in South Korea who suddenly ended up in North Korea after paragliding. She then meets Captain Ri, who is a North Korean soldier. If you want to explore K-drama, I would definitely recommend that you start with Koi because it began my K-drama journey. So next we have Itaewon Class. This is a really interesting K-drama as it tackles class struggle, discrimination, racism, and transphobia in South Korea. It's about Park Seri, whose life
did a full 180.
after punching a high school bully in his school. This then leads to a series of unfortunate events that include death, prison, and a lot of hardships. It has a really interesting take on revenge if you want to see unethical capitalists go down. So yeah, that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up or give me a comment as well to show some love, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are. I am in sunny Manila, so I am also very sweaty right now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!